While most people assume a brand new vehicle is a safe bet for the next decade, the latest data from Consumer Reports tells a much darker story. For 2026, several popular SUVs, from high-priced electric crossovers to legendary nameplates, are suffering from catastrophic engine failures, melting transmissions, and cooling system meltdowns. If you want to avoid a massive financial mistake, you need to see which models just landed on the do not buy list. Number 10. Nissan Pathfinder. The Nissan Pathfinder remains a popular three-row SUV, but one issue continues to frustrate owners and hurt its standing in reliability discussions: transmission-related complaints and inconsistent drivetrain refinement. While Nissan has made improvements compared to earlier generations, many owners and reviewers still report concerns involving hesitation during acceleration, rough gear transitions, and occasional delays in power delivery. For an SUV that often costs more than $38,000, buyers expect smoother and more predictable performance. The problem becomes especially noticeable during merging, passing, or stop-and-go traffic situations. Drivers have reported moments where pressing the accelerator produces a delayed response before the vehicle finally moves forward. While these issues may not affect every Pathfinder, the number of complaints has been significant enough to keep reliability concerns alive. Consumer Reports has repeatedly placed greater emphasis on predicted reliability data, and transmission-related concerns remain one of the reasons the Pathfinder struggles to match the dependability reputation of segment leaders. The issue goes beyond simple driving annoyance. Modern transmissions are among the most expensive components to repair once problems develop outside warranty coverage. Even the possibility of long-term drivetrain concerns can make potential buyers think twice, especially when competing SUVs have stronger reliability records. Another challenge is owner confidence. Reliability isn't only about whether a vehicle breaks down, it's also about how consistently it performs every day. When drivers experience hesitation, rough shifting, or unpredictable responses, confidence in the vehicle naturally decreases. That's unfortunate because the Pathfinder does many things well. However, when buyers are spending tens of thousands of dollars on a family SUV expected to last for years, drivetrain concerns become difficult to ignore. For many shoppers, the Nissan Pathfinder's biggest problem isn't its size, comfort, or family-friendly design. It's the ongoing concern that transmission-related issues could turn into expensive headaches as the miles add up. Number 9. Genesis GV70. The Genesis GV70 has earned praise for its upscale design and premium features, but one issue continues to raise concerns among owners and reliability analysts: electronic system problems. As vehicles become increasingly dependent on software, sensors, and digital controls, the GV70 has experienced more complaints than many buyers expect from a luxury SUV that often starts around $47,000 and can climb far higher with options. Owners have reported issues involving infotainment glitches, touchscreen freezes, warning lights appearing without clear causes, sensor malfunctions, and occasional software-related errors that require dealership visits. While these problems may not leave drivers stranded on the side of the road, they can significantly impact the ownership experience. Luxury buyers are paying a premium for convenience and refinement, so repeated electronic issues tend to feel especially frustrating. Consumer Reports has frequently highlighted that reliability concerns in modern vehicles often come from electronics rather than engines or transmissions. The GV70 serves as a perfect example. The SUV's technology-heavy approach creates more opportunities for software bugs and sensor failures compared to simpler competitors. Even minor glitches can become annoying when they affect daily driving. These problems also raise questions about long-term ownership. Electronic repairs can become costly once warranty coverage expires, particularly when specialized modules or advanced driver assistance systems are involved. A luxury SUV should inspire confidence, but recurring technology complaints can have the opposite effect. The GV70 remains attractive, comfortable, and packed with features, yet its growing dependence on complex electronics creates a weakness that many buyers cannot ignore. In a segment where dependability matters just as much as luxury, technology-related problems continue to be the issue holding the Genesis GV70 back. For many shoppers, the Genesis GV70's biggest problem isn't its luxury features or performance. It's the growing concern that electronic glitches could become a costly long-term ownership headache. Number 8. Jeep Grand Cherokee. The Jeep Grand Cherokee has long been one of America's most recognizable SUVs, but its biggest weakness continues to be inconsistent reliability. While buyers are often attracted by its rugged image and premium features, ownership data has repeatedly shown that the Grand Cherokee experiences more problems than many rivals in its price range. For a vehicle that can easily exceed $40,000 and climb much higher, that creates a serious concern. Unlike some SUVs that struggle with a single component, the Grand Cherokee's issue is the sheer variety of complaints reported over the years. Owners have experienced problems involving electrical systems, air suspension components, drivetrain electronics, infotainment malfunctions, and various warning lights that can be difficult to diagnose. Individually, these issues may seem minor, but together they create a pattern that has hurt the SUV's reputation for dependability. The challenge becomes even more significant as the vehicle ages. Complex systems often mean more expensive repairs once warranty coverage ends. Features that initially attract buyers can eventually become some of the costliest components to fix. This is particularly important for shoppers who plan to keep their SUV for many years rather than trade it in after a short lease period. Consumer Reports has frequently placed a strong emphasis on predicted reliability, and the Grand Cherokee has struggled to match top competitors in that area. While many owners enjoy their vehicles, reliability ratings often reveal concerns that buyers should carefully consider before making a purchase decision. The Grand Cherokee still offers plenty of appeal, but dependability remains the question mark hanging over the vehicle. When shoppers compare ownership costs and long-term reliability against the segment's strongest performers, the Jeep's history of recurring issues becomes difficult to overlook. For buyers seeking maximum peace of mind, that remains the SUV's most significant drawback. Number 7. Chevrolet Equinox. The Chevrolet Equinox has become a common sight on American roads thanks to its affordable pricing and widespread availability, but one concern continues to follow the SUV: below-average long-term reliability compared to many of its top competitors. While the Equinox can be an appealing choice at the dealership, ownership data has often shown a higher-than-expected number of issues as the vehicle accumulates miles. A major concern involves the SUV's overall dependability record rather than one specific component. Owners have reported a mix of engine-related concerns, electrical faults, sensor failures, and recurring warning light problems that require repeated dealership visits. These issues may not affect every vehicle, but they occur often enough to impact reliability ratings and owner satisfaction scores. The problem becomes more noticeable because the compact SUV segment is filled with exceptionally dependable alternatives. Buyers comparing the Equinox against some of the segment's strongest performers may find themselves questioning whether the lower purchase price is worth the potential risk of higher repair frequency down the road. Consumer Reports has consistently placed significant importance on predicted reliability, and the Equinox has often found itself trailing class leaders in this area. For families looking for a vehicle they can keep for 10 years or longer, reliability ratings carry considerable weight because repair costs tend to increase as vehicles age. There's also the issue of ownership confidence. Drivers want an SUV they can rely on every day without worrying about unexpected service appointments or unexplained warning messages. When reliability concerns become part of a vehicle's reputation, that confidence can be difficult to maintain. The Chevrolet Equinox remains practical and affordable, but its dependability record continues to raise questions among long-term buyers. In a market where reliability often determines whether an SUV becomes a smart investment or an expensive frustration, the Equinox's history of recurring issues remains one of its biggest weaknesses. Number 6. Kia EV9. The Kia EV9 has attracted enormous attention for its bold styling, advanced technology, and fully electric platform. But its biggest concern comes from being packed with so much new technology in such a short period of time. As one of the newest and most complex electric SUVs on the market, the EV9 faces the challenge that many first-generation products encounter: uncertainty about long-term reliability. Unlike traditional SUVs where decades of ownership data exist, the EV9 simply doesn't have the same track record. Consumer Reports has often been cautious when evaluating newly introduced vehicles because early production models can reveal software bugs, charging system issues, and electronic problems that may not appear until thousands of customers begin using them in real-world conditions. Several owners have already reported concerns involving software updates, charging interruptions, touchscreen glitches, and unexpected warning messages. While many of these issues can potentially be corrected through updates, they still create frustration for buyers spending $55,000 to $75,000 on a new SUV. When technology doesn't work as expected, the ownership experience can quickly become less enjoyable. The EV9's complexity also creates another concern. Modern electric vehicles rely heavily on software, battery management systems, sensors, and electronic modules. If problems develop outside warranty coverage years down the road, repairs could become far more expensive than many buyers anticipate. That's especially important for shoppers planning to keep the vehicle long after the warranty expires. Another challenge is resale uncertainty. Proven reliability often supports strong used car values, but newer electric vehicles are still establishing their long-term reputation. Buyers considering an EV9 must place a certain amount of trust in technology that hasn't yet been tested over decades of ownership. The Kia EV9 offers innovation and impressive capability, but its biggest weakness is the same thing that makes it exciting. It's a highly advanced vehicle with many unknowns. For cautious buyers focused on long-term dependability, that uncertainty remains a significant concern. Number 5. Mazda CX-90. The Mazda CX-90 entered the market with high expectations, but one issue continues to concern reliability-focused buyers: first-generation growing pains. While the SUV delivers impressive performance and premium features, Consumer Reports has noted that newly redesigned vehicles often experience more problems than models built on longer-established platforms. The CX-90 appears to be facing exactly that challenge. Unlike older Mazda SUVs with years of proven reliability data behind them, the CX-90 introduced an entirely new platform along with new powertrain technology. Whenever manufacturers launch major mechanical changes, unexpected issues can emerge once thousands of vehicles are exposed to real-world driving conditions. Early owners have reported concerns ranging from software glitches and warning light problems to drivetrain-related complaints that required dealership attention. The problem isn't necessarily that the CX-90 suffers from one catastrophic flaw. Instead, it's the number of small issues appearing across different systems. For buyers spending $40,000 to $60,000 on a family SUV, repeated service visits can quickly become frustrating, even when repairs are covered under warranty. Another concern involves long-term confidence. Mazda has built a strong reputation for reliability in recent years, but the CX-90 is still proving itself. Reliability-minded shoppers often prefer vehicles with a longer history because they know what to expect after 5, 10, or even 15 years of ownership. The CX-90 simply hasn't reached that stage yet. Consumer Reports frequently rewards vehicles with consistent reliability records, and new models often need several years before earning that trust. Until more ownership data becomes available, some buyers may remain cautious about committing to a vehicle built around so many new systems and technologies. The Mazda CX-90 offers plenty of strengths, but its biggest obstacle is uncertainty. Buyers aren't just purchasing an SUV, they're placing faith in a platform that is still building its long-term reputation. For many shoppers focused on dependability above all else, that unanswered question is difficult to ignore. Number 4. Chevrolet Blazer. The Chevrolet Blazer may look sporty and modern, but its biggest issue isn't styling or performance. It's the vehicle's ongoing struggle to establish a strong reliability reputation in a highly competitive SUV segment. While buyers are often drawn to its aggressive appearance, ownership data has frequently painted a less encouraging picture when it comes to long-term dependability. One of the biggest complaints involves electronic and electrical system issues. Owners have reported problems ranging from malfunctioning infotainment screens and connectivity failures to unexpected warning lights and sensor-related faults. These may not sound as serious as an engine failure, but they can be frustrating because they often require repeated dealership visits to properly diagnose and repair. The challenge for the Blazer becomes even greater when compared to rivals that have built stronger records for reliability. Consumers shopping in this segment have no shortage of alternatives, and many competing SUVs have earned a reputation for requiring fewer repairs as mileage increases. That puts additional pressure on the Blazer, especially among buyers who prioritize long-term ownership. Consumer Reports has often emphasized that electronic issues are becoming one of the most common sources of owner complaints in modern vehicles. The Blazer's growing list of technology-related concerns reflects that trend. As vehicles become more dependent on software and digital systems, reliability depends on more than just the engine and transmission. The Chevrolet Blazer still offers strong visual appeal and plenty of modern features, but reliability concerns continue to hold it back. For buyers looking beyond the showroom and thinking about years of ownership, the SUV's history of electronic and quality control complaints remains one of the biggest reasons for caution. Number 3. Genesis GV60. The Genesis GV60 has received praise for its futuristic design and cutting-edge electric technology, but the very thing that makes it stand out is also one of its biggest weaknesses. The SUV relies heavily on advanced software, digital controls, and complex electronic systems, creating concerns about long-term reliability that many buyers cannot ignore. As a premium electric SUV with a price tag that can approach $70,000, expectations are naturally high. Buyers expect everything to work flawlessly, yet some owners have reported software glitches, charging-related issues, connectivity problems, and occasional system errors that require updates or dealership intervention. Consumer Reports has frequently found that new electric vehicles can experience reliability challenges unrelated to the battery itself. Instead, many complaints stem from the surrounding technology, including screens, sensors, electronic modules, and driver assistance systems. The GV60 fits that pattern, as many reported concerns involve technology rather than traditional mechanical components. The issue becomes more significant because luxury buyers are paying a premium for convenience and refinement. When software bugs interfere with daily use, the ownership experience can feel less polished than expected. Another concern is the cost of future repairs. Modern luxury EVs contain a large number of specialized electronic components, and replacing or diagnosing those systems outside warranty coverage can be expensive. The Genesis GV60 showcases where the automotive industry is heading, but innovation sometimes comes with growing pains. While the SUV offers impressive technology and strong performance, its dependence on complex electronic systems continues to create uncertainty for buyers who place reliability at the top of their priority list. Number 2. Honda Prologue. The Honda Prologue carries one of the most respected badges in the automotive industry, but its biggest concern is that it does not fully benefit from Honda's traditional reliability formula. Unlike many of the brand's most dependable vehicles, the Prologue is built around a platform and technology package that introduces far more uncertainty than buyers have come to expect from Honda. Consumer Reports has often been cautious when evaluating brand-new electric vehicles because long-term reliability data simply doesn't exist yet. The Prologue faces that exact challenge. While Honda has earned decades of trust through durable engines and proven engineering, the Prologue represents a major shift into unfamiliar territory. making it harder to predict how the vehicle will perform after years of ownership. Much of the concern revolves around software systems, charging technology, and electronic components. Modern EVs depend heavily on complex programming to manage everything from battery performance to driver assistance features. When software problems occur, they can affect multiple systems at once, sometimes requiring updates or dealership visits to resolve. The financial stakes are also higher. With prices starting around the upper $40,000 range and climbing from there, buyers expect exceptional reliability. Any recurring software issue, charging problem, or electronic fault can quickly become frustrating when so much money is invested in the vehicle. Another challenge is the lack of a proven track record. Reliability-minded shoppers often prefer vehicles that have spent years establishing their reputation. The Prologue is still in the early stages of that process, meaning buyers are relying more on promises than on decades of ownership data. The Honda Prologue may represent the future of the brand, but from a reliability perspective, there are still unanswered questions. Until more long-term ownership data becomes available, cautious buyers may view the Prologue as a vehicle with significant potential, but also more uncertainty than they typically associate with the Honda name. Number 1. GMC Acadia. The GMC Acadia takes the top spot on this list because its biggest issue isn't a single defect or isolated complaint. It's a long-standing pattern of reliability concerns that has followed the model through multiple generations. While the latest Acadia offers more space, updated technology, and a stronger overall package, Consumer Reports continues to place significant weight on reliability history, and that history remains difficult to ignore. One of the biggest concerns involves the SUV's growing reliance on complicated electronic systems. Modern vehicles are packed with sensors, driver assistance features, digital displays, and software-controlled functions, and the Acadia has not been immune to the glitches that often accompany this complexity. Owners have reported issues ranging from infotainment malfunctions and connectivity failures to warning lights and electrical faults that can be frustrating to diagnose. The challenge is compounded by the Acadia's position in the market. With many models costing between $45,000 and $60,000, buyers expect dependable long-term ownership. When reliability questions arise, shoppers naturally begin comparing the Acadia to rivals with stronger dependability records and fewer reported problems. Consumer Reports has consistently shown that reliability plays a major role in owner satisfaction, and vehicles with questionable reliability records often struggle to earn the same level of confidence as class leaders. The GMC Acadia offers modern features, strong road presence, and family-friendly practicality. However, reliability remains the question mark that prevents it from competing with the most trusted SUVs in the segment. For shoppers who value long-term dependability above all else, that concern is significant enough to put the Acadia at the top of this countdown. And with this, we have reached the end of this video. Make sure to like it and subscribe the channel for future upcoming videos.